going to talk a little bit about fish, some of the do's and don'ts about how to purchase the best, freshest, and healthiest fish for you and your family. Now, any good nutrition plan needs to have at least 2, if not more, servings of fish per week as your main protein for that meal. And here's why. Fish contains omega-3 fats, which are the healthy fats that your body needs. It's good for your circulation, for your heart. It's good for brain health. It also helps to keep your joints lubricated. But there's a couple of things you need to know about purchasing fish so that you are getting the best, healthiest fish for your family. Now, it's okay to purchase packaged frozen fish, but here's the catch. It needs to be wild caught. Now, this package right here says it real clearly on the front that it's wild caught. And here's why. Wild caught fish get to eat the things that fish eat, like algae and plankton and other fish. Farm-raised fish don't get to eat that natural stuff. They are fed grain, and by and large, they're fed corn as the main part of that grain diet. And what happens to those farm-raised fish is they get fat with the wrong kind of fat. They get fat with the omega-6 fats, which are like trans fats that can clog up your arteries. So you don't want to purchase farm-raised fish. So you need to be a savvy consumer. Let's look at this package. This one here is a brand called Wild Alaska, but there's nothing on the front of this packaging that tells you if the cod in this package is actually wild caught. So what you have to do is you have to turn it over and you need to look at the nutrition facts, specifically the ingredient list right here. The first ingredient needs to be wild caught cod. And sure enough, in this package it is. But I brought this one for you just as an example of what not to look for or what not to get caught up in as far as the marketing that might be on the package. Now, one other thing about the frozen packaged fish is you also want to be sure that it doesn't have any additives in it. A lot of times the manufacturer will add ingredients that are preservatives or they are something to maintain the color of the fish while it's being transported. So if you don't want that in your wild-caught packaged frozen fish, be sure again and read those ingredients. Now, when you purchase fresh fish, if you're lucky enough to have a fish counter at your local grocery store, there's a couple of things that you want to do with that also. Now, there's going to be a label in the front of the counter kind of stuck in the ice that's going to tell you what kind of fish it is. Then you need to read the fine print to see if it is wild caught. This is a piece of wild caught salmon, and notice it's nice and shiny. It's not slimy. It doesn't smell fishy, and when you touch it, the skin bounces right back. You don't indent your finger into it and leave an indentation. Now, you want to ask questions and let the fish person, the person behind the counter, actually give you a sample of the fish that you want to buy so you can do those things, because most fish counters you can't just reach in and grab and do whatever you want. So don't be afraid to ask, let me look at that particular salmon steak right there. They'll give it to you, you smell it, you touch it, you feel it. Now, this is another example. This is a fresh tuna steak. Same thing, it's nice and shiny. When I touch it, it doesn't leave indentions, it doesn't smell fishy. So again, you want to be sure that you are being a savvy consumer and you are doing these things to be sure that you're getting the freshest fish for your family. The wild-caught fresh fish, or frozen, as long as you read the label and make sure what you're getting. So for more information about this topic and other interesting information about other nutrition topics, please visit my webpage at fitnessnutritionconsulting.com. From there, you can subscribe to my blog and you can link to my Twitter account and my Facebook page.